Good morning, Prosper High School. I'm Elise Parker, and coming up today on Point After, we will highlight Brooke Wright and her road to state this Friday, look at the baseball team's sweep over Terrell, and sit down with powerhouse hitter Tyler Webb, all on today, May 5th. Kristen has the announcements.
Thanks, Elise. The boys dodgeball tournament will be May 23rd. If you'd like to participate, you may sign up with the following people listed on the screen. Note that a $3 payment for each member and team roster is due May 7th. Everyone is invited to attend the 2014 Talent Awards scheduled for May 17th at 7 p.m. This formal event, hosted by Dean Smith, will celebrate the achievements of Prosper High School's broadcast and production students. Juniors and seniors will nominate their prom kings and queens this Wednesday. Nominations must be seniors. 3 boys and girls with the most nominations will be voted on and announced at prom this Saturday, May 10th. Seniors, be sure to pick up your cap and gown and turn in your scholarship and acceptance letters to the counseling office. The Senior Awards Assembly will be May 21st at 6:30 p.m. Now for our winners and champions. Senior Brandon Eichelman was selected to the Academic All-State Tennis Team. Avery Bishop qualified for state in poetry interpretation, and Tom Blaney placed 5th in social studies in UIL regionals. Aaron Sartan was named Defensive Position of the Year in the 2014 Girls Soccer District 4A Awards. Amanda Henry, Gabby Gamboa, McKenna Moore, Haley Birmingham, Caitlin Harvard, and Mac Anderson were named First Team All-District. Kirsten Lecoq, Gabby Morales, Mackenzie Ellis, Peyton Johnson, Adeline Webb, and Erica Everson were Second Team All-District. Now moving on to the boys soccer for the 2014 All-District Superlatives. Coach Ryan Rogers was awarded Coach of the Year, Kate Nilsson, Defensive MVP, Zach Peterson, Forward MVP, Logan Wimes, Goalkeeper MVP, and Dalton Knight, Most Valuable Player. Ryan Applewhite, Garrett Moore, Zach Reynolds, Dalton Hill, and Jordan LeClaire were named First Team All-District. Luis Hernandez, Colton Jordaning, Kennedy Lambert, Santiago Rodriguez, and Alan Boffman were named Second Team All-District. That's all the announcements I have for today. Back to you, Elise.
Thanks, Kristen. Brooke Wright is representing Prosper at the 4A State Championships, and she really has a shot to win it. I sat down with Brooke to see her expectations this weekend. Brooke Wright is the first high jump athlete to make it to the state level for Prosper High School. Having success over the season, Brooke placed first at district but faced a back injury, making her incapable of training going into area. Despite the injury, she placed third at area, and with her back healed, she placed first at regionals and is now headed to state. Brooke says that the gold is anyone's for the taking.
Well, this year the playing field's pretty even. Everyone's about the 5'6" mark, so it's up for grabs whoever wants the gold medal.
Brooke has been high jumping since she was 10 years old, and with the help of her dad, she's finally accomplished her goal.
He's been an extreme encourager for me. Just having him as my coach is pretty neat and special. No matter what I do and no matter how well I jump in meets, he's always just such a big encourager for me.
Because we have had this special bond between father and daughter, and I've coached her since age 10, I've watched her progress throughout the years, and I've also watched how hard she's worked, and she deserves the success she's having.
Although her dad mainly coaches her for high jump, Brooke has had others impact her success.
I would definitely like to thank these 3 coaches. Coach Allen, helped me in my running and designing my running workouts that really helped me in the high jump. Coach Heichel with my applied metrics, and especially my dad helped me with the technique of the high jump.
Brooke's very self-driven. I mean, there have been times where, she's been up here working out for 2.5, 3.5 hours, and it's just never ending. So it's really, I'm proud of her because I know how much work she puts in.
So I basically do plyos with Brooke 2 or 3 times a week. We do different workouts. I pretty much punish her legs and try to make them as strong as possible so that when she explodes up to jump over the bar, she can clear it, and she's been just impressing us every step of the way.
With all of her hard work and overall success, Brooke is ready to head to Austin and take the gold.
It would mean the world to me. I've been training really hard. Ever since I got in high school, my dream has been going to state, so I'm glad that my senior year I'm able to do it.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Elise Parker. Baseball had a winning weekend over Terrell in their first round of playoffs. Let's take a look at this week's instant replay.
The Prosper Eagle baseball team hosted the Terrell Tigers on Friday for the first game of the playoffs and the first game of a 3-game series. Dom Yurgo started on the mound and the Tigers managed to gain an early 2-0 lead on the Eagles. The Eagles got their biggest chance of the early postseason in the third inning of Game 1. In the bottom of the third, Steele Walker hit a pop fly to the shortstop who was unable to find the ball. Walker would advance to second and move Hardy to third. Blaine Moore was walked, loading the bases. With no outs and bases loaded, Tyler Webb hit a grand slam over the Green Monster, taking the Eagles to a 4-2 lead and lighting the fire for Prosper. From there, the Tigers didn't stand a chance. The Eagles took a 5-3 lead going into the fifth, and with Webb up again, he reminded us of how good he is in the playoffs. He would hit another bomb over the Monster, bringing a career-high RBI total. With a 6-3 lead in the top of the sixth, the Eagles' empowering defense would take them to their 9-3 win over the Tigers, going up in the series 1-0. The Eagles then traveled to Terrell for their second game of the series. Prosper got some help from the Tiger defense to score their first run of the night. The Eagles loaded the bases in the second inning with 1 out. Steele Walker gave Prosper a 2-0 lead. With Dylan Bowen on the mound for the Eagles, he jumped on top of the Tigers, and his defense made his job even easier. Bowen came an out away from a complete game shutout, and he sent his team to the second round. The Eagles now take on Woodrow Wilson in a best-of-3 series this coming Friday and Saturday. Game 1 will go down Friday at 7:30 p.m., with Game 2 coming Saturday at 1 o'clock p.m. If Game 3 is needed, it will start shortly after the conclusion of Game 2.
We're here with Tyler Webb, the senior shortstop for the baseball team. Tyler, thanks for coming on the show.
It's a true honor.
Good, I'm glad. So talk to me about your series with Terrell. You guys looked really good out there, and tell me how that really got the ball rolling for.
Yeah, we came out flat definitely in the first game, getting down 2-0. Then we came out and started hitting. I hit my grand slam to get us up. And then we just kept the ball rolling from there going into the second game. We got 5 runs out early on them, and then they got a lucky run there at the end. And then we just got the sweep and moving on to the next round.
About your grand slam, is that the first grand slam you've ever hit?
No, I actually had one earlier in the season against Austin Vandergriff in the playoffs. I guess you could say I'm a little used to it. But
what's the feeling? I mean, it's a playoff game. That's like a really big deal.
Yeah, it was definitely an intense feeling. Adrenaline's going. And
absolutely, especially to get your team up 4-2, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So tell me, Woodrow Wilson this weekend. Have you scouted them? What do they look like?
Yeah, they got a lefty sidearm pitcher who's pretty good, but I definitely think that our hitting's good enough to rattle him a little bit and get some points on the board to get out front and get another sweep.
So what does it look like after? Okay. We beat Woodrow Wilson, then you play Highland Park if they win who they're playing, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure who Highland Park's playing, but if they win, we'll play the winner of Highland Park and whoever they're playing.
And you've already played Highland Park this year, right?
Yeah, we played them earlier, and shout out to Dom Yurgo for a walk-off hit for Coach's 700th.
Win.
Yes, it was.
That was a good moment. So what do you think is going to happen the next, get the ball rolling into playoffs. How do you guys feel? You went 4 rounds last year. What do you think is going to happen this year?
I definitely think we can go just as far, if not farther.
Yeah.
Our pitching's really good. Our hitting's even better. So if everybody can get hot at the right time, I think we can make a run
all
the state.
Together. Well, we hope so. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
No problem.
We really appreciate it. With that, I'm Elise Parker, and the point after is good.